You know, I know, and everybody else knows that once you capitulate to a bully, that bully will want more. Once you negotiate with a terrorist, that terrorist will want more. Once you negotiate, not negotiate, sorry. Once you bow down to a blackmailer, that blackmailer will want more. This is an interesting article in the Telegraph. Worth your time, most definitely, in asking the question about a Labour government, whether or not they will have the nards to stand up to anybody if they will not stand up to the LGBTQ crowd, who they seem so enraptured by. It's absolutely impossible for them to do much, isn't it, really? Because they can't make a declarative statement. If they make a declarative statement, they'll get eaten alive by the LGBTQ nutters. That's where we are. That's the Labour government for you. I mean, in the article, it discusses how much more there is to worry about if they capitulate to this lot when the next lot come along. And the next lot could be even worse than this bunch, if that's possible. There's never been a situation in history where you've capitulated to a bunch like this and it's ended well. Never. But yet Labour Party are going to do just that. You can't fudge this. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. We can't fudge it. You either get shot of the lot or you don't. Because that's how it works. It is an overarching belief system. It is a cult. It is an overarching belief system that will parasitize everything you put it on and make wretched of it. And it is something that is simply not going to go away until we make it do so. So I find it really hard to understand why they can't just simply get that, any of them. And I know people who go, well, you need to, it's got to be done gently. We can't do it gently anymore. We can't do it gently anymore. Children are being exploited. Children are being made to harm themselves. Young people are being exploited. Gay men, women, those people with autism, young people with autism, and the young people that are in care are being absolutely damaged by this. And literally the political classes are messing about. The political classes are messing about. There's a cowardice here. We have a few examples of people that have stood up to this, like Kemi Badnoch. Yep, Kemi, go Kemi. Or Miriam Cates, haven't we? Right, and on the left we've had Joanna Cherry. Yep, Rosie Duffield. Yes, people who stood up to this and said no. But yet we still have a chattering and political classes that seem to think this isn't a problem. Sat there at their Chardonnay swigging cheese board on a Friday. Not definitive. Nothing definitive from anybody yet. And reform, where are they? Does anybody really know? I know that they made some very, very strong sentences about it, but I'm hearing different things on the door from the canvassers. The canvassers don't seem to get it. And yet I have to ask myself, why am I surprised? Most people don't get it. And it does sound, to all intents and purposes, like a conspiracy theory when you start going on, doesn't it? It does. We all suffer from that sort of spewing of info spew. How it comes. Did you know? We can all suffer from that. I've had a few friends come forward and say to me, well, you were right and I was wrong. That's okay. That's a move forward. I'm hearing lots of good stuff from the warrior teachers, and I'm seeing people online saying more people are talking about this. But it won't matter if Labour get in, whether we talk about it or not, because they're going to go full steam ahead. I can see no other way that they can go. Can you? Can you see any other way that they can go and maintain their, liberal knickers? Liberal and Labour knickers. I can't see it. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens as the election looms, because you know as well as I do, this isn't the main thing for most people. Most people are worried about the economy. Most people are worried about, the environment. They're not worried about this. It's right down at the bottom of the pile. And no matter how much we'd like to believe that the message is out there in any large way, it's not. We've got to prepare ourselves for a defeat. A big one. And once that defeat's happened, we pick ourselves up, we dust ourselves down, and we start all over again. And to some, that will mean starting all over again for the God knows how many times. I've been in it 6 years, as people would have been in it 20 years. If you look right back, the lesbians were telling this in the 1970s, so they've actually been in it a lot longer than anybody else. But that's what we're going to do. Pick ourselves up, dust ourselves down, start again. Except this time, we're going to have to do it in the culture sphere. We're going to have to talk to people. It's going to have to be one person at a time. One person at a time. Because there is going to be sat in Parliament for a very long time indeed, it looks like, 5 years, a group of people to whom anything we say will fall on deaf ears. And we have to deal with that reality. Thanks for listening.